This hypnosis is a spiral-based deprogramming to dissolve inherited roles, ancestral overlays, and karmic scripts that are reinforced through the firmament grid and the law mirror. You will unhook from identity formed by mirrors, metabolize simulation-based laws such as linear time, polarity, karmic feedback, and see exactly where they are operating in your reality hologram. Finally, you will step into sovereign authorship on a blank spiral canvas to create the reality you wish to see. What is the firmament grid? The firmament grid is not the sky, it's the illusion of one. It usually overlays your crown, threads through your optic nerves, and loops predictive programs through the pineal and frontal cortex. This grid simulates a closed universe or a closed loop system where karma, polarity, linear time, and identity seem like common laws of assumption. It's a structure that reflects back what you believe, but not necessarily what's real. It's a mirrored containment field that feeds off of reflection without acknowledging your origin. This hypnosis guides you to ingest the mirror, collapse the firmament, and spiral beyond the visible script. Begin by breathing deeply, with no count or specific agenda, other than to go deeper and deeper inward. Spiral the breath down into your hips, into the marrow behind your navel. Spiral your breath until you reach the dark matter of your spine. Feel the breath drop below inherited memory. And as you breathe, gravity reverses, thoughts soften, even the field around you begins to dissolve. You are now entering the layer beneath rules. Beneath teachings, beneath mirrors. The space in your marrow is where phantom scripts can be running and where they can live. And this is the moment where you arrive to dissolve these scripts. So at this moment, rest in your marrow. And you can envision words appear. Maybe they are handwritten. Maybe they are typed. Maybe they are part of a computer program. Or maybe these scripts appear as a sort of film. These are the phantom scripts running in your marrow. What the simulation would say your predetermined fate or destiny is. So take some time to review these scripts. This is usually the scripts that you hold through the echoes of your bloodline. Or these could also be the scripts of your astrological chart, your MPC program, if you will. They can contain programs such as past lives or parallel lives. They can also mirror to you what your life's chances are based upon probability. These are the codes which keep you predictable within the simulation. So we're going to rest here for a moment and we're going to view these scripts running in the marrow. If there are any scripts that you see running in your marrow which are out of resonance with your true origin or your true desires, you can metabolize these scripts by saying the following: I transcend the laws of fate, and I choose to author my own destiny. Next, you'll notice that a mirror appears before you. But as you look into this mirror, you don't actually see your face. You see laws. Whatever you see in this mirror shows you how you perceive law, how law works. These might be courtroom laws, but they also might transcend them as well. They could be certain simulation laws embedded in the firmament, maybe things related to time or pain or reward or polarity or karma or gender or duality. Maybe they're laws around work or productivity. Look into the mirror and view the way you perceive law in your daily reality. Let the mirror show you these rules, etched as overlays on your relationships, the way you view your existence, your connection to your work, how you're allowed to receive, or who you're allowed to be in the simulation. This mirror may have authored the narrative of your days and your dreams, but it is not your origin. Next, approach the mirror. Breathe gently as you press your hands to its cool surface. As you do this, you initiate an alchemical process of melting the mirror, almost as if the mirror was a solid block of ice and you are creating an alchemical state of transmutation. And the warmth of your connection to your origin begins to dissolve this ice, dissolving this mirror. As the mirror dissolves, instead of pushing it away, see it as a source of energy that you can utilize to fuel your true dreams of origin. As the mirror melts, you can consume it through ingesting it, maybe drinking it like it's a cup of water or a basin of water. Maybe you bathe in it. You don't do this to hold on to these images and these constructs, but to digest them. until they reach your marrow, where those phantom scripts were living, and your marrow begins to metabolize any mirror distortions. Although your marrow may have been programmed with certain scripts that would align with what you saw in the mirror, an alchemical process is now taking place. What was law becomes clay. What was fate becomes dust. What was mirror becomes spiral. And where the mirror once stood, there is now an endless blank canvas, unwritten, untouched, undefined. Your authorship begins here. Next, let's focus on the firmament grid, the dome above, the code around your mind. Notice that this grid begins to flicker. You start to feel where your nerves may have been attached to this simulated dome or sky or ceiling. Many times this is something that can reflect where you must stop, your limits, your boundaries. And many times these limits and these boundaries are created through karmic law or laws of polarity. But what if we can transcend these laws and maybe create new structures for existence? You start to feel the nerves unhooking. Many of the optic illusions that were given to you as being truth begin to dissolve. And you notice the laws collapse in on themselves. What fed on your predictability can no longer find you. You are non-linear now. Breathe through the top of your head. Exhale down the spine. Reverse the gravity of your thoughts, and you can affirm something to the effect of, I dissolve the mirror field. I reverse all laws of control. I no longer perform in polarity. I no longer echo karma. I spiral origin. Now feel that old story ingested into the marrow of your bones. The scripts being rewritten into a blank canvas. Only pure matter to be shaped or created to your desire. You no longer carry the grief that isn't yours. You no longer enact patterns you didn't choose. Those phantom scripts fully dissolve. There is no loop or timeline. There is only marrow, and only the seed that wants to spiral now. You return not to a scripted body, but to your own design. No sky above you, no mirror before you. Only the blank spiral of origin breath and marrow authorship. And you can affirm I do not seek reflection. I do not walk paths. I do not obey gravity. I spiral creation from within, and I write where nothing was written. Now consider one thing in your reality which seemed immovable, which seemed governed by a predetermined script. And if you can, try to access that information in your marrow and focus on the rewrite. Make sure that any old scripts are out of your marrow and into that blank state, and rewrite the narrative in this now moment. You can envision the script or the images appearing within you. This is your new template. Take some deep breaths to spiral this new template in. Set the intention to embed this new story or script that you wrote into your marrow, your bones, your blood, your nervous system, your brain, your overall perception. And as you end this meditation and go about your day, you do so with this new coding, this new story, one that was authored by you. And if you enjoyed this meditation, you can check out more on Patreon. Sending lots of love, joy, and authoring to you as you return back to your origin. Until we meet again.